Hey guys, Sean with American Window Concepts. Going to show you today how to replace springs and pivot bars on a hung window system from Anlin Windows. With the smaller windows, you will get a balancer that looks something like this. A single coil, and this is gonna be for like a smaller window. You start getting into some of the bigger windows and you'll get something that looks a little more like this. It's a double stacked coil. These are constant force balancers, little cam shoe here. And then for the really big windows, you'll start to see something like this, all right? Where you have 3. So these are way more difficult, but there's a trick to it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Okay, so for smaller windows, medium-sized windows, and really large hung window systems. So there's that. Now the pivot bar that goes into this cam shoe is this little guy right here. This is what Anlin would send you if you are going to be doing this yourself. So let's say your window it's just falling by itself. All right, so you lift it and it just drops. So chances are you might have a balancer issue. So pull this, you can pull these things out like so, right? And here is, well, this one's not broken, but this right here might actually be broken off. And so right about where this plastic is would be completely broken off. You just take these 2 screws off and pull that, and I will show you how to do that. In Windows 2018 and up, you'll have these little guys here that cover this channel, right? So I'm gonna pull that off and release this cam shoe. So you take like a flat head and you turn it. So this is the brake of your spring here. So when this Pac-Man, I like to call it, when this little Pac-Man guy is facing straight up, your brake is on. That's allowing for you to pull your sash out at any moment. Now, once let's say this is your pivot bar on your window, it slides in here, it turns, and then you can feel the force of this thing wanting to pull upwards. Okay, it's your constant force. Whenever you have a broken spring, maybe half of this little Pac-Man guy is gone, or the actual stainless steel coil has snapped in half. That's usually the 2 typical things that you'll see. Now, assume that all this is broken. All we're gonna do is just unscrew this little guy here. Okay, to take it out, all you have to do is pull off this little plastic piece. So right underneath that screw, you can pull this little guy out. So now you're revealed with this. All you have to do is just go in there and kind of just pry this stuff out. Hold it with your hand and just pull up. The rest will come down. Now anything that's in here, let's say this little guy was off, right? It was broken and it's down there. So don't leave it. You gotta pull all this stuff out. So there's nothing inside the track here, and just check for that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna replace it with this one. Now 7L stands for left. If there was a right, it would be 7R. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna use this. All I'm gonna do is simultaneously pull down on this and just kind of hold this in place. And there you go. So with this, right where it's at, I'm gonna lock it out like that. Take my little cover and set it. Now, I'm gonna get my screw, unlock it, and then I'm going to look on the side here and find the hole. You can see that the hole has matched up from the original spot where they drilled. I don't want a bunch of holes in my window, so I'm gonna go right back to the original spot. So, get your Phillips head and your screw, and just simply put that in. All right, I like to bring it down to about halfway or so and face it straight up. Now, you're allowing for the sash to go in, sit inside that, and then lean up, which is engaging this, and then you have your strength for your spring. Now this is for a double, okay? Pull off the cap first. Same rule applies. You're gonna feed it down, cam first, and I'm gonna grab it like this, and I'm gonna basically cover these and assist it to go down. So and it's not gonna hurt anything now. So you're just pulling this down like that. That's all you have to do. So then again, I'm gonna put it in a position somewhat like this. What I wanna do is I wanna install my little cap on top, a little cover. So this goes right inside that hole there. I'm gonna unlock, bring it down. Now I want again, well in this case, now that we've gone from a single spring to a double, this cam is gonna be a little bit lower. So I can't meet the hole here where it was before because it's in a different spot. But what I wanna do now is I wanna verify from the top of this notch, I want this little cover to be about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or so above this. So kind of like what you see here is what you want. Now, I'm gonna set this and basically make a new hole, which is gonna be fine because it's always gonna be covered. I'm going to start a new hole and just go ahead and screw that in. All right, so now that I have it hand tight, I will bring this down, grab this, pull it down, and it'll stay in place like that. All right, so now for the reverse of this, pull off the cap, bring it out. Now to get out a double spring, all you're doing is you're basically just grabbing at an angle, and then you just kind of grab this and pull it up, and then work on this guy. See, like this. Set this down, grab these with both your fingers, and push it up. That's it. Seems difficult, it's really not, just kind of using your fingers to hold it and pull it on out. This is the big one. So this is gonna be a little bit more difficult than the 13, but it's the same rules apply. So you're pulling off your cap first. Same thing that I've been doing. I'm holding it close, so I have leverage on this. Now I'm holding all 3 of these, and I'm just gonna assist as I'm pulling this down. You start pulling it, first one's in. Pull it more, second one's in, third one's in, okay? So now what I wanna do is, I wanna hold this in place here while I set my little plastic cover. Okay, so I'm able to start it there. I'm gonna unlock it and feed it up more. And now I'm gonna push this down like that. Again, I'm setting it so it's about 1/4 of an inch. Take your screw and you're gonna set it. Now, 21 pounds of force is quite a bit for this wall here. So when it goes down, you have to really push because this feels heavy now. Like that. And that will accept your new window sash. So for the pivot bar, let's assume for a second that this is cracked, right? And all you have left is these 2 screws and part of this, the residual piece. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my replacement piece here, right? So I have it on the pull rail. Simply pull these things out. This is not rocket science for anybody. Now, assuming that you can't reach this and pull it out. So what I like to do is either one, just kind of take your flathead, put it in this little crack area, and just start to kind of tap it out like that, right? So you have the part that was broken inside here start to get exposed. Just grab it and pull it out. Now you have your brand new pivot bar. If you look here, you'll see the existing screws, the screw holes. And then you have your new pivot bar. So you're just going to see where the screws are, screw holes, and line it up with the holes there, and then just reset your screws. Some people have made the mistake of, they'll just take this and they'll put it right over the broken one and then knock it in. And then you got this broken little pivot bar inside here sliding around when you're operating your window, and it sounds crazy. So don't do that. You don't gotta go very tight, just enough. You're reinserting like that. And then once you tilt up, the balancers here are going to hold the weight of this. So if you're wondering what the 8 stands for, what the 13, that's pounds. That is pounds of force that this thing will constantly give you to balance this out. So that's really all that is. Okay, so we've got our spring back in, all right? I have it down to match the other side here. Now I'm gonna put my little plastic piece on. All you have to do is start it on one little end, and it just snaps into place like that. That's all you gotta do. Now you're gonna take your sash, like you have here with brand new pivot bars. You have your balancers down where you want them. So, pivot bar in, put your sash in on that side, sash on that side, and I like to push here as I'm tilting this up. So that way the pivot bar doesn't pop out of the cam shoe. Tilt it up, then lift up, and make sure that you're not leaving behind a cam shoe. So, because you may have inserted it wrong. Then just slide it down, and you are good. You have window with replaced balancers, and they should be functioning well. Okay, so for the Anlin double hung window, you're gonna have a balancer that's gonna be down here and then has its plastic cover for the channel, and then you'll have the top. This one here operates the top sash here, all right? So when I was talking about the difference in where you would place your spring, right? This is about 1/4 of an inch of this above this notch. Now, I was telling you that this is my little Pac-Man guy, right? So you basically want the bottom of this flush with the notch here. So the same rules apply whenever you're talking about replacing it. You don't want anything down here in the track. To install the springs is the same, but where you're installing this, where this guy is screwed in, remember, you want this bottom of this Pac-Man guy to be in line basically with the notch of this, plus or minus a little bit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be dead on the spot, but you want it somewhere in this area right here, right? Because you want the sash to be able to pocket up into the header here. So it's got to be a little bit higher than it is for the bottom. So that is it when it comes to the double hung window. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video about how to replace balancers and pivot bars on a single hung window made by Anlin or even a double hung. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, you can always go into the comment section and ask that question, and I'll be quick to respond as fast as I can in order to help you out. And it's a little bit difficult. Make sure you wear your gloves. That's a big one, okay? Because if you're dealing with those springs and they go, it can cut you. So just be wary of that, all right? And that's about it. So again, hope this helps. Comment if you have any questions. Hey guys, if you live in the Ventura or Santa Barbara area and you are interested in getting replacement windows or doors, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can go to our website, AmericanWindowConcepts.com. You can click on the Get a Free Quote and fill out that information. I'll reach out to you within 24 hours. Thank you so much. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. If you want to be kept updated on new videos that are coming out, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.